So your starter today, Year 10, is to simplify algebraic fractions. Now this was something that I saw come up as a problem area, mostly just because you've forgotten the process of how we do this. So I have an algebraic fraction here, 4n minus 12 over n squared minus 3n, and I want to simplify this. Now I thought I'd show you the most common mistake in simplifying first. So often people will look at this and go, well, I know simplifying means to cancel out any common terms. So they look at the numerator here and say, well, there's an n here, so I'm going to cancel that out. That means that takes away one of the n's here and the n here. So instead I have 4 minus 12 over n minus 3, and then simplify this up here. This would be fine as long as we also included this term here. When we simplify algebraic fractions, we have to make sure we are thinking about every single term in that algebraic fraction. Because we haven't divided this part by n, this is not correct. And as soon as we divide this part by n, it becomes even more complicated. So that's definitely not what we want to do. The right way to do this is to think about how we can factorise the numerator and the denominator. So in the numerator, I have 4n minus 12. I can think about just the common terms between these two here. So both of these have a common factor of 4, so I'm going to pull that out here. So I go 4n and then minus 3. And then in this denominator here, I have a common term of n, so I'm going to pull that out here. And I get n multiplied by n minus 3. Now, from this here, I can see that there's a common term of n minus 3 between both these, and we can cancel these two out because we're thinking about this whole term here, the numerator, and this whole term here, the denominator. We haven't left any parts out. So once I've cancelled, my simplified expression is 4 over n. Thought we'd look at another example as well, because the first example we were just factorising out a single variable. In this one here where we have quadratics, so we're going to need to factorise like a quadratic. So the numerator I'm going to factorise first. I have y squared minus 9. I should notice that this is a difference of two squares. So my factorised version of this is y minus 3 and y plus 3, because obviously my minus 3 and plus 3's on the y's are going to cancel out. It's just going to be y squared minus 9. Even though we shouldn't be looking for this, we know that one of the terms is probably going to be one of these two here. So I know I'm going to have two brackets, both containing y because it's y squared. My sum is minus 8. My product is positive 15. So I'm looking for factor pairs of positive 15. If my sum is negative 8, it's likely that both of my factor pairs are going to be negative as well. So I know negative 3 and negative 5 multiply together to make positive 15 and sum together to make negative 8. So I have y minus 3, y minus 5. And finally, I can see that my y minus 3's will cancel out in this case. I've considered the whole term of this because these are multiplied together. These aren't separate terms, and the whole term of this. So my final answer for this one here is going to be y plus 3 over y minus 5.